And hello. Today Wakasm plays Marvel Dice Throne X-Men and Marvel Dice Throne Missions unboxing video. And hello, how is everybody doing today? I'm Wakasm. I'm Wakasm again. And how are you? Yeah, so today we will be doing an unboxing. My copies of all the new, not the newest, because there's a expansion coming that's still on its way that's after this one, but the newest one that they just sent, the Marvel Dice Throne X-Men and Marvel Dice Throne Missions set, I guess. I already own all the other Dice Throne stuff. I've done some older Dice Throne videos with Dice Throne Adventures. I haven't really done anything with the Marvel stuff yet. I was kind of waiting for the Dice Throne Missions to really lean into the Marvel content for solo because I knew it was coming, but it got delayed for a really long time. So yeah, it's finally here. So I guess we'll get started with the bad news first. Talk about this. Did get my set of Marvel Dice Thrones. I will hold up here. Boxes are really big, but it was shipped with. Not sure which camera will be able to get this better. Shipped with a huge crack in the back of the box. Womp womp. Kind of the first time. I mean, I've kickstarted and gotten a lot of new games before, and the first time that I've had this kind of issue. So yeah, I'm not really sure how to remedy it. I don't know if there's any damage inside the box, so we're gonna open this up first just to see if any of the components are actually damaged. The box itself came like pretty sturdy, so I'm not really sure what caused this kind of damage. Like it wasn't like there was something loose in the box that could have poked a hole into it. As you can see, like right here, there is like a huge dent crack in the box. So yeah, unfortunate. Not going to be too upset over it. I will reach out to them at some point and see if, like, I don't know, they can replace the box or something. But I feel like with Kickstarters, that's not a thing. So I don't know. We'll find out. So Dice Throne Missions is another cooperative variant for the game. There's Dice Throne Adventures, which I did kind of like. It was kind of long though. I think this is supposed to be like kind of like the shorter way to play. I didn't really look or watch anything about it, so I don't really know if there's like a campaign or not. But yeah, this is the Marvel Dice Throne Adventures. Let's see what comes into the box. We got a bunch of standees. We got the rule book, which is their rule books are pretty good usually. It's actually kind of like really big, but it's fine. It's only 10 pages. Recruiting allies. We got combat examples, component manifest, so I can check and see if all the components are here. Got all of the big shits on the punctured boards. Probably gonna wait for my son to wake up tomorrow and have him stuff. Oh, that's right. So this has difficulties. That's right. You get like player perks. I'm starting to remember. Like I guess it's less campaign related and more like individual player. You get like a bunch of perks based on what you do. I don't remember how it works though. It's like a new game plus scenario. And there's mythic cards. I'm assuming all the cards from Dice Throne Adventures work. Yeah, you track that here, and then complete 6 perfect track. What is that? Fill in a circle next to a mission the first time you play it. So we complete it, and then you can perfect this. I guess this is like what I usually do. I usually create visuals like this. So this is a good example of what I do with a lot of my games. Except for this seems like it's tied to not a character, but a person. So I don't know, I'll have to read up on this, but I tend to like to track this stuff with individual characters. So I guess we'll be going through a lot of that. So I guess now we're going to find out. So this is empty tray where all those components are going to go into. What is all this? So these boards feel funny. I don't know how I feel about this. Okay, not what I was expecting. Maybe I knew that this was going to be a thing, but all right, let's see. Instead of cardboard boards, they are like these. Why did it sound like I ripped it? It's stuck. No, it's just stuck. Okay. All right. Well, these are the boards you play on. I believe, kind of reflective material. So gonna be interesting trying to play underneath a light. This. Yeah, so this is my real-time reaction. I don't know how I feel about this actually. This feels kind of cheap. Hey, let's move this box out of the way and see if it flattens in any kind of weird way. Almost might need to like create like a flat holder for this. I don't know. Let's see. Maybe it flattens out and it's not too bad. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe they said this during the campaign. I don't know. I didn't expect this to be how they were doing the different missions. You can kind of really see the creases. It kind of bothers me a little bit. And I guess I would get used to it, but like I almost wish they did it as like individual flat panels, like that you could merge together in some way, as opposed to this. I really don't like how bendy it is, but I'm curious what the rest of the internet has to say. Anyway, we got Ultron to fight against. You got the Scarlet Witch. Got Scar. Got a lot of these actually. Didn't realize there were so many missions either. I don't know. I guess the problem when you just kind of back things, really pay attention to the campaign. These are all really sticky, stuck together though. We got the Kingpin. Oh, this one's really big. What's going on here? All right, now it's 2. Okay, we got Kingbang. We got MODOK. Got the Green Goblin. These are all like really stuck together. There we go. I don't know if it's like static. Like you can kind of hear. We got Thanos. Hear that sound? It's like feels like it's breaking apart. We got Magneto. Sebastian Shaw. We got Master Mold. We got Claw. We got Onslaught. We got Sauron. We got Mordo. We got Mysterio. We got Dr. Octopus. We got Super Skrull. We got Mr. Sinister. And we got Ella from Thor's universe. Okay. All right. Then we got the inside, which is a bunch of different dials. We got a crisis clock dial. We have a bunch of cards, turn phases. These are like the allies, I'm pretty sure. Mythic cards, which I think you unlock through some sort of progression, which is tied to that campaign thing. Got a nice boss counter. I guess the numbers get pretty high. One side you're in the teens, and the other side you are in the hundreds. And then more counters. I guess these are like acrylic counters. We got the dice, one set of dice. And I guess it's time to pull this out and see if that hole in the box did anything. It doesn't seem like it did anything, but as you can see, the hole in the box. Maybe I'll just put some tape in here and try to make sure it doesn't get any worse. But yeah, unfortunate. I guess I can kind of see what they're going at. I mean, I don't know. I don't know what I was expecting, to be honest. Like Dice Throne Adventures, it did everything with like tile tokens, cards. So conceptually, I like the idea of these maps, except for how reflective it is. If I try to record this here, I'm going to have to change up my light source or change the angle. Even in person, it's kind of very reflective. But I don't really like how loosey it is. Like, I guess you can fit so much more in the box. Again, I can see what they're going for. This kind of feels half cheap and half good. But I feel like with the what's the word I'm looking for? The trend of like books. Like, hold on. Yeah, let me go get a book. So like using Leviathan Wild as an example, like they have a map book. This just feels like so much nicer. They could have just done like a bigger version of books, or like this box is pretty square, so they could have done 2 really big square books so that you'd have to put 2 books side by side with single pages. That would have been a little bit nicer, I think. So yeah, hopefully they rethink this map thing. But again, I haven't played on it, so I don't know. Frosthaven kind of did it right recently too. Have that somewhere behind me. Weirdly enough, I've been playing Frosthaven digitally instead of in person because my group is kind of spread out. So I haven't even gotten to use the books that I have. But yeah, this again conceptually seems cool, but I don't know. We'll see. I feel like Dice Throne always does something 2 steps forward, 1 step back. It's kind of how I felt about like Dice Throne Adventures too. Like I really liked the core concept. I really liked the Yahtzee mechanics, and I'm assuming a lot of that is gonna come into play here with the dice. Felt like their core system was really good, but I don't know, they always find a way to mess it up in my opinion. So we're gonna see how these missions work. I don't know, maybe we'll play them, but I'm gonna have to like, hopefully the internet has devised some sort of holder for this to make it either less reflective or flatter or something. Because even if I just like put stuff on it, it still just feels too flexible. Again, I see what they were going for. I just feel like maybe they made it too glossy. I don't know. But it is cool that you have all these different bosses and maps to play against. I'm curious how different the actual maps themselves are going to be. I will reserve judgment until I actually play this. So anyway, that is the missions box. Let's open the other boxes. So far, I give this unboxing experience a 2 out of 5 stars, maybe 3 out of 5 stars. I do like the art. I do like the promise, but the fact that my box was destroyed and then opening up... Oh, I forgot to put these back. Well, I guess I'll do that after. All right, so let's get to the normal part of Dice Throne, which weirdly enough, I don't get to play the PvP part of Dice Throne that often, but I think that's all this is. This like foundation. We got King Gray, Gambit, Rogue, Cyclops, Iceman, Cyclock, not Cyclock, Storm, and Wolverine. I guess I'm limited edition 2,568, so I guess that makes me unique in some way. See if the quality in this is dipped at all compared to the other boxes. I'm assuming it hasn't. So yeah, these still look nice. So the way these work is this is still cardboard, so that's good. You get your character mat here. You get your explanation of all your powers and what your dice do. Seems like Wolverine is pretty straightforward. All of them have difficulty ratings usually, I think. Maybe they're not on the cards themselves. Or maybe that was a Dice Throne Adventures thing. No, complexity right there, yeah. So this seems like a pretty easy complexity character. Doesn't seem like it has a lot of clarifications. They all have their own unique dice with their own unique card sets and usually their own little trackers. Yeah, and these just fit all nicely together inside the tray. Not really sure if the trays are any different. I'd have to like compare the tray to like a normal tray. And I'm not really hungry. I guess this is doubled because sometimes you might want to sleeve your cards, but I'm not really sure what this is for. Maybe you want to put some tokens in there that are specific to Wolverine. I'm not 100% sure there. But yeah, this is one of the better things that Dice Throne has always done. These game trays, they always go back nicely, and then you get your what is this? These are all the actual tokens. Okay, so yeah, usually characters have their own specific tokens, so we would unbox this. We have all the different character stands that we can use for inside the game. I think there might have been minis and stuff we could have purchased, but I don't know. I'm kind of minied out. Minis always make storage much longer or much more space. I think I'd rather like companies switch to like skinny minis or something. But I know people like their minis, so there is that. And then there's just this nice graphic on the inside of the box. This box did not come damaged. I do like that they are kind of like reinforcing the sides with this plastic divider. I don't think the other boxes have that, but I haven't really had any issues with my other Dice Throne boxes as of yet. So that is just the Dice Throne, the Marvel X-Men expansion. Then we have a balance kit. This is for like the existing characters. This one is just Spider-Man, Miles Morales, and Thor. I don't know if it makes them stronger or weaker. I do have a couple of these floating around. Then we have the promo card set for missions. I'm assuming these are allies. And then another promo card set. We got randomizer cards. Maybe these are all randomizer cards. I'm not sure. There's more mythic cards in here. And then we have Deadpool, which was kind of a Kickstarter exclusive, which was also had a lot of drama around it. I think Deadpool was the reason why it took longer than it needed to get out of Kickstarter. And yep, I think they had if I remember, they had a different design, and then the community didn't like it, and then they voted on it. The original design didn't happen, and then they had to like remold it. I don't know. Deadpool says, "Get me out of this box." So he's breaking the fourth wall, and then he is just an extra character. Which, on one hand, it's cool that like they always have these extra characters, but I wish they like would make room in the core boxes. Having all these little extra boxes for the extra characters like Krampus and Santa and some of the other ones is also kind of annoying, but again, it is packaged just fine, and it does come with an actual miniature. So even though I said I didn't get the other miniatures, I got this because Kickstarter, and these are nice. I know now that I see them, it's like maybe I wish I had the miniatures, but I don't have the miniatures for any of the other boxes, and I don't think you can get them anymore, so I never really went down that road. But yeah, like I don't know, maybe one day if they do have like a reprinting of all the miniatures, I'll pick them up. But you can see that if there's not a space for everything, then this would quickly take up a lot more space. There is a Deadpool coin. I don't know if he has a mechanic that uses coin. Cards. I don't see dice. So, oh wait, no, the dice are probably actually in the game itself. I think this clown design right there was the original figure that we were going to get. Sure, but I think that's the case. And the complexity 3, riding a unicorn, more Deadpool stuff. But he's got all the premium tokens. So again, I didn't get the premium tokens because again, I didn't start with the premium tokens, and I feel like one of those things that once you miss the wave, you can't really go back and do it. So I just don't do it on future Kickstarters. I don't know. I feel like that could be done better in some way, shape, or form, but it also saves you a lot of money if you don't get all the extra stuff. So I just realized I'm opening this slightly off kit. So this one all has premium tokens as opposed to... I'll probably end up using these instead of these anyway, just to make it consistent. But it is what it is. Apparently he has donuts, has a blam smack and a bang yow, wood and a pew pew. And coin has a frowny face on it, apparently. I feel like if you read the comics, some of this probably there's no frowny face on this coin. So I'm curious how important the frowny face part is. Yeah, there is a chance that if you are familiar with Deadpool, maybe there's a lot of callouts here that you're familiar with. I unfortunately am not a comic reader. I read some comics, but I did not grow up with the comics, so thus I probably know as much as you because of like the MCU. Yeah, so I have Deadpool sleeves, but I don't have all the sleeves for all the other characters. So again, this is kind of, I don't know. Don't know if I'll use them because of that. I would have to go back and get the sleeves for all the other characters, and not willing to spend the extra money on that. If someone bought it for me, sure, that'd be a great present, I guess. But I'll probably just use like normal sleeves for all these cards and call it a day. Actually, I don't even know if I am going to sleeve some of these cards. I think I was sleeving the Dice Throne Adventure stuff. Why is this not fitting back in properly? Doing it upside down? It's supposed to be this way? I don't think it matters. Maybe it does matter. But since I was only doing it as I played the individual characters, and I don't think I had the custom sleeves for that either, so I'd have to like unsleeve everything. This is Dice Throne. Probably put this back before I forget. Not sure how that. Okay, so we had it like this. We had the sleeves. I don't know if this was on top or on the bottom, but we'll do it like this. Yep. So that is Marvel Dice Throne missions. Marvel Dice Throne X-Men. Marvel Dice Throne Deadpool with promos and stuff. At some point, I will play this on the channel. If it's something that you want to see sooner than later, let me know. But But yeah, thank you for watching, and I don't know, I will reserve judgment on everything until I actually play it. This is one of those games, I feel like if I end up not liking it, it will eventually sell or find a nice home or something. But I am a sucker for Yahtzee dice mechanics. So, when I learned about Dice Throne, I think all the way back at like season 2, maybe, did buy all that content and then Dice Throne Adventures. But I never did like a review on everything. I still keep saying I'm going to do reviews on stuff, but maybe at some point, after I've played quite a bit of this, quite a bit of the other stuff, maybe I should do a review and a breakdown of which modes I like between the PvP, co-op, the solo, missions, which characters I like. I've not played all the characters. I probably, unless I can find someone that likes the PvP mode or really likes to play the co-op mode, maybe my kid or something, I'll probably never get to all the characters because there's just so many. But maybe if you were doing the PvP, which goes a lot faster than at least Dice Throne Adventures, then maybe, or maybe if you did, I saw a variant on somewhere where people were switching out characters every floor of Dice Throne Adventures. Seemed like a fun idea to experience more characters across all the universes, but at the same time, I feel like the upkeep between like porting the cards between the different decks would get really frustrating doing it every floor. So I never really looked into that. And I also don't know how well this plays like true solo as opposed to two-handing it. But I don't remember. I think I probably soloed Dice Throne Adventure 1. But I think for missions, two-handing it might not be so bad. So I don't know. We'll see. Missions is supposed to be shorter, which I look forward to that, which means we can kind of get through more faster. Unboxing, not too exciting. If you like this kind of content, feel free, give me a like, subscribe. If you have similar thoughts about those mats, let me know. Love to hear it as well. If you have any solutions to make it not so reflective, that'd be great too, because I have a light right here, and I would have to set up like some sort of other light just to make this not be so reflective. So yeah,